Hello everyone, my name is Easy and welcome to another episode of Easy Does It, where we do reactions and reviews to YouTube channels and sometimes daily vlogs. Now we're going to do something a little bit different. I kind of want everyone's thoughts on this game because I started playing it a while back and you know, I had some pros and cons. I really want to like this game, but I'm not sure if the cons outweigh the pros on this game, to be honest. I've never been real big into multiplayer games, like online multiplayer games. I don't like playing with other people because, especially when it comes to PvP, which is player versus player, because there's people that will go in these games and they will be on it for like almost 24 hours straight, almost every day, and then like they're so far advance and experience in the gameplay that when new players come on, they just ravish them and take their shit like all the time. So I'm not a fan of the multiplayer. Now if you can play multiplayer where there is no PvP, where players can't attack you, I'm a little better about that. You know, that's okay. But honestly, I like playing solo. I just like doing my own thing and not have to worry about everybody else. But yeah, when I first started this game, it ran smoothly. And it was alright, but then it does this automatic update, and it changes to this thing called Age of War, and the next thing you know, it just goes to shit. Half of it goes to shit. It pissed me off because I don't want to play on a server, and it automatically forces you to be on a server. And that's one of the main reasons why. The lag. The server lags so bad because they only give you one Funcom, which is the maker of this game, only gives you one fucking server to go on. Like, they don't have multiple servers. So everybody bogs everybody else down because you got tons of people on the same damn server. Now it doesn't show them people. It only says you're on the server, but I'm telling you now, it's multiple people. And they're too cheap to get fucking other servers. So it almost irritates me that I gotta play it with the fucking lag. That's the major con I have is the lag. Oh my god, the lag can be sometimes ridiculous too. Someone tried to say, I saw online where they tried to say, take off the journey steps and the weapons steps or whatever, blah, blah, blah. And I did that, but it still doesn't help. So they're full of shit. Because obviously you could see that I'm still lagging. And I'm not lagging really bad right now because I'm just walking around my base. And when I first started, it literally just drops you off in the middle of nowhere. It's a survival game. You gotta build shit and fucking go farming, grabbing ingredients and mixing them together to make other shit and fucking then mixing those things together to make more shit, blah, blah, blah. I'm not a big fan of that kind of crap. It's okay. I'm just not a huge fan of it. I'm more of a war strategy game or RPGs game. I'm not a big fan of first person shooters. Now, first person shooters are not, I'm not a real big fan of first person shooters either. It's just the same shit over and over again. However, I do like, I'm a huge fan of the Fallout series because it has RPG elements in it. Like, you're not just going around shooting shit. You're fucking actually building up your character and fucking putting like attribute points and shit like that. Like I said, when I first started, I've gotten a little ways in it, but I'll show you the map. This is the map. I haven't even begun. I mean, I'm just around the river. There's so much crap in this game. Like, it's ridiculous. I don't even know when I'm going to be able to get up there to the north. Where all the ice is and shit. I haven't even been to the fucking stupid ass city. The city's supposed to be here. There's like one city or some shit like that, supposedly. But there's a bunch of crap. And it takes forever just to get in these areas down the river. I mean, it takes a long ass fucking time to get there. That's another con I have with this game, is fast travel. On the Fallout series, you have something called fast travel, where if you discover a place like this, you can click on it and you'll fast travel to that area. You can't do that in this game. You have to fucking run your stupid little ass all the fucked way over there, which takes like 20 minutes. It's a pain in the fucking ass. The other thing I do not like, another con of this game, is what's called the death loop. If you die in a certain area, it respawns you where your bed is. Your bedding or bed. My bed's here in my base. Right there. But it'll respawn you there. And then you have to go all the fucked way over where you died to get all your shit back. Because all your stuff stays on your body. And you have to go get... Now, I've played a few other games where they do that kind of crap. But it was not nearly as a pain in the ass as this game to get all your shit back. It's a pain in the ass in this game. Because you get nothing. like I've played games where you can just run back to where you are. There are no enemies, and you get your shit back. In this game, all the enemies respawn. So you'd have to fight all them motherfuckers to get your shit back. It's ridiculous. Now they have this thing called thralls. That's what this giant wheel is for, is to make thralls, which I have one. I'll show you. I was just seeing if I could do it, see if I could make a thrall. And I got one. I got a bodyguard, or a guard. He guards the building. But the problem with the thrall, the whole thrall thing, is I haven't tried to do any animals. They say if you get a horse, you can use a horse as a steed and get around faster. I very highly doubt that. Eventually I'll try it, but I'm telling you now, I've seen people play this game with horses, and they don't travel that fast. So you're still going to take a good 15 minutes to get to that fucking area I showed you on the map. Now, while I'm getting through the first part of this while I'm talking to you, I'm not showing you anything major. You build your basic stuff, and then, you know, eventually you can upgrade and get better crafting stations is what it's called. And each crafting station does different things and gives you certain items. But then you gotta put the shit together, then fucking, you know, fucking burn it or some shit, and it makes something else. And then you take that something else and put it in this crafting station with something else and put it together, make something else, and then you gotta come over here and then put it in this station with something else to make your final product. It's just, that's why I don't like a lot of your survival type games. Constantly having to mix in ingredients and shit just to get to one fucking thing. You know, and you need a lot of the ingredients a lot of times to do it. It's a pain in the fucking ass. And this building, they have like, I'll show you here. They have this knowledge tree, and the building shit, like, what? You know, you eventually build like really strong fucking foundation crap and blah blah blah, but it's like, my gosh. And then your tribute points, you know. I don't like this split where you get to choose one or the other, you know, once you get that attribute leveled up to a certain level. I don't like that. The knowledge thing, like I said, why do you need... So yeah, I'm not a big fan of the way these attributes are done. And then the knowledge, why do you need fucking 20 different fucking types of building material? I mean, I understand that, like, when you're doing multiplayer, they have what's raids, they get raided or whatever. But what the fuck, man? I understand you want a bit, but why 20? You don't need 20 of them. 4 or 5 maybe, max. But my gosh. And then they have these decorations. Like, who gives a fuck about decorating? There's no sense in them. They're just there to make your base look pretty. It's dumb. The weapons, you know, you have to like unlock all these technologies to have better advanced weapons and armor, religion, I get all that. But the fucking building material crap is just dumb. And the decorations, that's just dumb. Like, there's no reason for a tavern. It literally says it's for your thralls to drink and get drunk. Ooh. Fucking stupid. Yeah, I get most of this other crap. Armor, religion, the other thing that really irritates me is these journeys. Now, at the beginning of the game, it automatically does these journeys. It'll have it on the side to the right. My problem with these journeys is that you only can do one at a time. Like, you can't, and that's annoying and irritating. I want to be able to click on them all at the same time, unless they're locked. I get it. If they're locked, you have to unlock it, blah, blah, blah. But to be able to click on the ones that are unlocked all at once and be doing all of them at one time. So that way, if you do something in the journey, one of the steps in the journey, it'll mark it off. It'll check it off. But no, you have to click on the journey. And then you have to go. And instead of doing it, you can't do it out of order. You have to do this shit, in order. You have to go here, then down. You can't do it out of order. It's dumb. So I'm not a big fan of the journeys. Clan followers, the map. And then they have these daily challenges, and then this is just so you can spend money. Same thing with this bizarre thing, DLCs. Anyways, that's how I feel about that stuff. Some of it's just ridiculous. Now, eventually when you first start out, you got all this stuff over, if it's going to move over there. Okay. You got all this stuff on the right side that you could pretty much make, fairly easy at the beginning of the game. You just got to do some gathering of stone, plant fibers, and like wood. And you can make most of this stuff fairly easy, like stone tools and stuff. Okay. Not a big deal. One thing you do want, as soon as you could get some steel made, is you make this fucking gas mask, which I've got my yellow square on. Gotta make that fucking gas mask, because this game periodically has this thing called a sandstorm, and if you're caught in a sandstorm, you're gonna die. Everybody keeps saying, oh, you gotta get up next to these rocks and sometimes hunker down like this and you'll survive, because they'll say shelter on it. No. It kills you every time. I've done it 100 times without that gas mask. It'll kill you. So you gotta take you take your chances when you go foraging out in the area. Now I just built a basic sandstone. That's what you're able to build at first. until you unlock certain technologies. You can only craft certain tools and weapons. You have to... The only way I've been able to level up is I have to do a lot of fighting. A lot of fighting to level up. Now, you see these ghosts here? I'm going to show you something. Anyone who's playing this game, I'm going to show you something. A place where you build your base and you're not going to get fucked with by anything. Like, you don't have to worry about people coming and fucking with your shit. No raiders, nothing. They are not going to fucking fuck with you. And where I built my base is literally an area where there is tons of resources. Tons. Okay. So here's the map. When you first start the game, you're going to start down here on the broken highway. That's the first place you come across. And it's all desert area. And then you're going to come in here, and you know, you're next to the river. Avoid any other NPCs or anything like that, because you're not strong enough to take most of them on, because they'll come at you like 3 or 4 at a time. And it's a pain in the ass. You're looking for a place called Shattered Bridge, and it's almost at the end, or towards the end of this river. Once you get to Shattered Bridge, and that's what this is, you see that bridge up there? That's really high. You want to build your base where it's high. Okay? You're going to find these ghosts along the way on this hill next to the bridge. You're going to follow these ghosts. It's just some type of in-play story or whatever. It doesn't really matter. I don't know why they put it in there. It's annoying as hell. And you're going to follow them all the way up to this hill, where you find where, again, the ghosts and where they camped or whatever, blah, blah, blah. And you're going to find this thing here, which it just tells you a little bit of a story. And here's the bridge. And that's literally how I built my base. And all alongside the bridge, which there's plenty of room, you can build all your fucking crafting stations. No, there's only one way to get in here, and that's through the front door that I built. There's no other way, because it's too high. They can't climb the fucking bridge all the way up where it's at. Another thing is, I'm going to show you something down here. They have these little demon imp looking motherfuckers like that right there. And they're easy to kill. But there's usually a couple of them right here. However, I just built this. I was going to try to fucking make it to where this is a little outpost for my base, but it won't work that way. I couldn't even put my thrall in front of the door to guard it. It wouldn't allow it. But once I built this, I noticed that them motherfuckers weren't around anymore. Because there was 2 of them right here. Every time I'd come out. But then I was like, okay, works for me. Now I'm going to do a material run. Um, you have these tools. The knife is for skinning, but you can also use the steel pick for skinning. The hatchet is for your wood, but the steel pick also gives you bark. Now, the problem with these tools and shit is the game doesn't tell you anything. Like, there's tons of recipes and shit for making certain items, but the game doesn't tell you these recipes. You just kind of have to figure it out on your own or look it up online. And there's shit ton of them. My problem with that is also the tool. Like, I didn't know you could fucking use your pick here instead of a hatchet to hit the fucking tree and get bark from it. I didn't know. I had to look that shit up online. I was like, oh, that's how you get bark, is you fucking hit a tree with your pickaxe instead of your fucking hatchet? Why didn't it fucking tell me that shit? Plus, once you upgrade from like iron to steel, you can get resin from the fucking tree as well, which the game doesn't tell you this. And you need some of these ingredients to make certain types of wood. You need to make them to make certain types of fucking bars, steel bars or iron bars, that kind of shit. It doesn't tell you this shit. Like the fish traps, it doesn't tell you need bait in it, but you know, it's kind of obvious, you know. I kind of figured that out fairly easy, but still, it doesn't tell you anything. You know, it don't tell you where to get all this shit. You just got to figure, like this, that's aloe leaves, which helps you make like certain medicine bottles to heal yourself. But it doesn't tell you that. It tells you to come here and get fiber from this fucking thing. It's just, you have to kind of just like figure it out on your own. Unless, like I said, you look it up online. Now, the thing with the pickaxe, they have this wheel here. You got to use this wheel to do shit. The thing with the, or steel pick, well, it's still a pickaxe. They don't tell you when you kill something, if you use the pickaxe instead of the skinning knife, you can get bone and other shit from the fucking corpse. Whereas if you do it with the skinning knife, you're more likely just to get skins or fur. You know, you're not going to get bones and other items. You don't know that until you do it. And then they have, you know, they have a skinning knife, but they also have what's called a cleaver. It literally does the same thing as the skinning knife. So why the fuck do you need a fucking other tool that does the same fucking thing? It makes no sense. Now every weapon does something different. The fighting styles are all different. You have to build what's called a construction hammer. You have to make one because that's how you make all your constructions, see? When you use a construction hammer, it gives you the construction menu. And then you can go through here and choose what you want to build. And it tells you the items you need to fucking build it. Now the game never stops. So if you stop somewhere out in the middle of that area, it is possible you can get attacked. while you're like right there. I'm in my inventory, but I could still be attacked while I'm going through my inventory. Now, another feature of this game I'm not a fan of is the constant needing to eat. Sometimes because of the lag, like you'll push the button to eat something and it'll pop up a window like you were holding down the button like that. It'll do that instead of actually eating a piece of meat or whatever, or drinking them, which is deadly. You know, you're trying to drink a potion because you're being attacked. But yeah, it'll do stuff like that all the time, which is super annoying. Now I'm going to do my run here. I'm going to show you, if you're playing this game, I'm going to show you a run where you can get a shit ton of iron and quite a bit of brimstone. You need the resource brimstone. You need to mine it so you can make what's called steel fire. You have to mix brimstone and tar together to make steel fire. And then you take your steel fire, put it in the furnace, and it'll give you steel bars, which you will need a lot of them for later on. You need a ton of iron too, but we'll get to that in a minute. So, before I take you on this run to where you get a bunch of material and get some fighting experience, a simple run, I'm going to show it to you so you know where to go from your base to get the easiest material and make iron bar and steel. Because brimstone, iron's not too hard to find, but the brimstone is a pain in the ass to find. There's only certain key areas that have brimstone in them. Before we do, I'm just going to go over a couple things. I'm not a fan of the eating and drinking. Several years back, they started introducing that kind of crap into these games, and it's just another add-on to be annoying. It's not needed. It's ridiculous. I hate it. The other thing is, everybody knows about, if you've played games like this before, there's a carrying capacity. Like, your player can only carry so much, and then they become overweighted and they can't walk very fast. They're really slow. You have to get rid of shit. You know, you just can't carry a bunch of crap, and it's just it's annoying. But I get it, but at the same time, it's really annoying. There really is no need for that. The players should be allowed to carry as much as they can, because then you have to go dump shit, then you have to come back, then you gotta go dump shit, then you gotta come back. It's just needless running around. Now, I suggest you get your tribute strength up to 10 and get the second skin perk as quickly as you can, because it allows you to carry your armor as 25% less weight. You have to unlock certain weapons. You have your two-handed weapons, like your big swords, great swords or whatever, and then your mauls or hammers. Then you have your one-handed weapons and shields, Then you have your uh, rogue weapons, which is like two daggers. You know, you can use two weapons at the same time. Then you have your bows, and then you have your no, I think that's it. Anyways, you have all the, and they all do, uh, like you have your standard attack like that, and then you have your strong attack. Uh, Out of all the weapons, I've tried each one. Honestly, I prefer. No, there's a couple other weapons like joust. There's the jousting rod and the pike, which both suck. They just stab. But most of the weapons I really don't care for. The two daggers or rogue weapons, they don't do hardly any damage. They're fast, but they don't do much damage. Your two-handed weapons do a lot of damage, but they're really slow on attack. So you could get chopped up before you even get a couple of hits in. I like the one-handed weapons and the bows for like sniping and shit. But I like, you know, the shield. My favorite's the mace. It does the best damage. Delayed freaking crap. Now, just to cut down time, sometimes I'll skin them. Like my enemies, I'll skin. Yes, you can skin humans. Uh, but just to save time. This is an alkalite. I don't know where he's at. He's usually standing there. You know, he's for a different religion. You have religions. You can like 5 or 6 different religions. But here's your first deposit. Gotta switch to the stick. And you'll gather a little bit of stone as well. But as you can see, it's like gray looking. It's not brown like sandstone. That's where you get your iron deposits from. Always switch back to your weapons just in case if you're running around. But yeah, you have different religions when at the very beginning when you create your character. Certain religions give you certain benefits, except for the religion for Crom. Crom don't give you anything. No benefits if you choose Crom. Nothing. But yeah, I usually kill all these creatures for experience. I usually skin them. Not always, sometimes. It just depends if I really want to carry that much or not. If you look to the left of the top screen, you have your experience bar, then your health bar, then your stamina bar. Forgot to go up here. And then below it is your water, your food meter, then your weight, and then for whatever reason, this game adds that red and blue. Oh, don't worry. I'll deal with you here in a minute. Oh, sometimes these guys, they'll blow up on you. But one hit and they're usually dead. Not at the beginning of the game, but once you get your iron, start making iron weapons, one hit and they're usually dead. But yeah, that fourth one that's red and blue, that is temperature. I don't know why they added that in this game. Uh, you can get too cold or too hot. Kind of silly, but whatever. But if you follow this run, you're going to find plenty of iron and brimstone. Now, I could block with my shield like that, but normally I don't really worry about it, because I can usually kill them fairly easy. The mace I have is the highest iron mace. I haven't unlocked steel weapons yet, even though I have unlocked the steel for steel bars and stuff like that. I just haven't unlocked some of the weapons yet. Just haven't gotten around to it. But it's pretty close to my next agenda, so. I usually kill his alligator right off the bat because he'll come and sneak up on you and try to attack you. See, sometimes the lag will make you stop and it's annoying. And then you have these three guys up here. They're easy to kill. Now, when it comes to thralls, you see where it says fighter in gray? This one over here said tanner. Now, you can make thralls and then, you know, the thralls, see, the fucking lag causes that. I've already got Black Kingdoms. Take the twine, the health stuff. I don't care about the rest. What? Fuck, there's not. Anyways. The thralls, you could put thralls into your crafting stations and they'll make them craft faster. You know, depending on the level of thrall, you have to unlock that technology to make them better. They'll produce special items for you sometimes and stuff. I haven't gotten into that whole thrall thing yet, really. I checked it out. The one thing I don't like about trying to make thralls is that you gotta knock them out with a special weapon. You can't kill them. You knock them out. And then, oh, you fucking... you know, you take them out with a special weapon that knocks them unconscious. But, then You got to tie him up with this rope you make, and then you have to drag them from where you're at, where you knocked them out at, all the way back to your base. And it's ridiculous that you have to do it. Like, you can't pick them up and carry them. You have to drag them with this rope, which is dumb. It just takes too long to drag their ass all the way back to your base. And, you have to get... Okay, so the fighters can become guards. Archers can be like lookout scouts. They could, set on guard your base that way. And then you have to look for specific types. Like the tanners for the tanner. The blacksmiths are for the blacksmith. And hoping that you can... Because a lot of times you're getting attacked by 3 or 4 people at the same time. So it's really hard to try to take them all out with that special weapon and hope that you take them down. Trying to weed out the ones you want, it's going to be a pain in the ass. I haven't even gotten to try to do that because I know it's going to be a pain in the fucking ass to try to weed out certain humans, because they all clump together in packs. There's like 3 or 4 of them each time at each camp. So while you're trying to look for specific ones, you're getting attacked by 3 others. Makes it annoying. But yeah, basically follow this water line all the way up this river. Just go up the river. Fucking, I hate hyenas. They suck. I just don't like them. Stupid dogs. They're just annoying and a pain in the ass. Because they attack you in packs too. If you're not careful, spiders will do the same thing. Yes, there's giant spiders in this game. And they'll attack you too. In groups. It's like everything, almost everything attacks you in groups except for I like the alligators because they don't do that. About the only animal I've encountered so far that don't attack you like in major groups, unless you're in a cave. And, where you go get the brimstone. The cave, there's... The cave you go get the brimstone in, there's several alligators in it, and they will attack you in a group, usually. Oh, my weight's getting there. I'm starting to get heavy. But as you can see, if you follow this river, line up with this river here, you're going to find plenty of these deposits. Now those animals are like elk or deer or some crap, antelope, whatever. They don't attack. You can walk right up to them. They don't attack. But just about everything else in this game so far that I've ran across attacks you. Now we're almost to the cave that I was talking about. Okay. Almost to the cave. It's called like Gulliman's tomb or some shit like that. You find it on the map. And you have ghosts. For whatever reason. The ghosts lead to some kind of story. Now, when you go in a cave, it doesn't... I don't know if there's something that allows you to see in the dark without one of these. But, no, shit. I probably shouldn't have done that. Let's keep that on. Nah. Well, I didn't have to, but... you have to have a torch. Otherwise, you can't see in the dark. Like, it's just too damn dark. And this yellow deposit, like this yellow type rock, this is your brimstone. And this is the best place to get it so far that I've seen. Now, there's a few other places that's way off the map from where my base is, but I'm not ready to go way that far for fucking brimstone. And I don't know if the deposits are better or not. Yeah, they may be. Who knows? I think there's one more alligator. Or croc. Yep, there he is. Now, there's more alligators, more crocs that way. But the thing is each one of these caves has some kind of boss in it. Like a really strong creature. You can get yourself killed real quick. I highly recommend, if you're going to go deep in these caves, be prepared to fight a really strong adversary or enemy. I suggest you level up a lot before you do. Like the only cave that I found that you could probably defeat the boss at probably iron level is the very first cave you'll probably run across, which is, you know, those little imp looking dudes that you can hit with like one hit. The boss ain't that hard. He's about as tough as an alligator. So but yeah, just stick to the entrance. There is more brimstone further in the cave, but you'll run across a giant alligator that's extremely difficult to kill. You know, I suggest you get pretty high in levels before you start going into caves and clearing them out. Switch back my crap. Because of the lag, usually you can just go over an item and switch it out. But because the lag's so bad, you have to go to an empty spot. 9 times out of 10, you have to like move your square when you first bring up your inventory. Move it to an empty slot. Go to what you want to move out, and then switch it out with something else. It's the only way, because the lag is just terrible. Make sure you, after you use your torch, switch your, if you want your shield back, you gotta switch it back onto your wheel. Or you gotta switch it back when you do your wheel. Or you won't have your shield. Now here goes the long trek all the way back. It's a pain in the ass. I'm just grabbing experience, little experience. But you can kill everything all the way back the way you came. Just follow the river. It'll take you all the way back to your base. Now you can push down on your toggle stick and make him run faster. He'll eat up his stamina by doing so. So make sure you have plenty of stamina if you have to fight again. You gotta fight these fucking doggies. See, your enemies respawn. But yeah, see, I could block if I wanted to. I just usually don't worry about it. Once you start making iron weapons, these near where you entered in the game, most of the creatures and stuff, you know, the humans or whatever, exiles they call them, they're fairly easy with iron weapons. Now you can get a steel sword. Oh, more doggies. Now you can find a steel sword on the Exiles fairly close to the beginning of the game. Oh, you want to fight? But yeah, it starts with an F. I can't remember the name of the sword. Fletchin or some shit like that. I don't, Fabricarian or some crap like that. I don't know. I don't remember what it's called. And some, see, it says carpenter. That one says fighter. And you can find loot on them. You can kill them and find loot, and you can also find other items on them. You get human flesh off of them. And then you have a little tiny, well, there was a bunny rabbit. But yeah, you can find all that kind of crap on them. I'm trying to hurry back to the base, and then I'll show you how to cook some stuff up for your iron bars and your steel, and then we'll end this video because I'm pretty sure it's getting kind of long now. You can go fast in the water as well, just not as fast as you can on land. At least it don't seem that way. But you can see my stamina bar. Stamina bar. Stuttered there, but anyway, yeah, you can see it going down. Where's the other one? There. Another fighter. 90% of the time, that's all I run across are fighters. Once in a while, he'll say something different, but the majority are all fighters. So I know it's going to be a pain in the ass to find certain thralls to put in crafting stations. The thralls just speed up the crafting time for the most part until you get the 3rd or 4th tier thralls, but you have to have unlock certain technology to do it. Thrall technology to make better thralls. And then they'll sometimes produce special items for you and stuff. Supposedly. I don't know, I haven't tried it yet. I climb that wall because it's like a back way in. But as you can see, the bridge is way up here. So they have to, like, you know, they would have to get through this front door. You know, this front part of my base just to get in. And that's not happening. Okay. So, you want to go to your furnace. And there's your iron deposits. These blue rocks. Okay. And you're going to click on burn. Which you got to have wood to burn. And it'll make them into iron bars. For your steel, you got to go to a firebowl cauldron. You got to make one of those. Take your brimstone, put it in there. Go over here to your tanning station. If you tan some skin, you take the tar from the skin, you stick it in the fire cauldron bowl, put it in there, and then you come over here to the right and you can craft it, and I'll go in your crafting curie and make steel fire, which is that. Then you take your steel fire, you stick it in your furnace, which right now it's making bars for me, steel bars. It'll make steel bars. This makes iron, this makes steel. And I think I'll stop there. But as you can see, you can build all kinds of crap down this bridge where it's broken off, so they can't get to the back side of your bridge. They can't climb up here. I stuck my deities, you know, worship crap temple, whatever, at the end of it. Haven't even used it. But yeah, those are some pros and cons of this game. Like I said, I haven't even got very far in it, and there's just so much crap. So much crap. But the worst part is the lag. I hate this lag. It's annoying as hell. But let me know your thoughts if you've been playing this game or not. What you think of it so far. If you have the same problems I've been having with like the lag and the stupid death loop, you know, that kind of crap. I just figured, you know, I haven't seen anybody use this bridge for base, which I don't know why. It's the perfect spot. There's plenty of resources right next to it that you're going to need all the time. So I don't see why people don't use this base or this place for a base. Oh, what? All my brimstone didn't go in here. That's weird. Anyways, let me know your thoughts on this game. I'd like to hear from others who are playing this game. If you agree with me about some of this stuff or whatnot. So yeah, there's still plenty to try to do. That lag is really getting on my nerves, cause especially if you're fighting somebody and it just freezes up while you're trying to fight. It can get you killed. I know I've had it happen to me a couple times already. Alright, anyways, that's all I have for you this week. Let me know if you would like me to do more videos about this particular game. Watch me do other stuff as I get further into it. Thank you for watching. Take care. And I'll see you on the next one.